Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new episode. Today we're going to be playing What Remains of Edith Finch. I don't really know much about this game, but I know it's had really good reviews. It looks really good just from the odd pictures of gameplay I've seen here and there. I'm just going to read out what it's about because I don't actually know the storyline. So it says, What Remains of Edith Finch is a collection of strange tales about a family in Washington state. As Edith, you'll explore the colossal Finch House, searching for stories as she explores her family history and tries to figure out why she's the last one in her family left alive. Okay, so that's the storyline. I believe it's a first person, it's like a walking simulator, but it sounds like it's going to be one of them really good storylines that you get really engrossed in. So here we go. This is What Remains of Edith Finch.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning with the house.
Okay. I don't think this is a horror game. I don't think it's classed as a horror game.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
It's a cute little post box.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Okay. Right or left? It looks like you're supposed to go right. So I'm gonna go left. Just to see what's down here. Just...
The truth is, even after...
Oh. Wasn't meant to do that. I was just trying to figure out the buttons, see if we could run. I don't think there is a run button.
House, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
What's that? Missing. Milton Finch. Can I pick it up? No.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
That is some house. I'm thinking this is the way I would have come if I'd have gone right on that path.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
That is an odd joke.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
It is spooky. Like, it's a huge house, like, in the middle of nowhere. In a forest. Is that broken?
I heard something moving around in the garage.
What was that?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years,
Edith, Milton, Lewis, Dawn, Edie.
I felt like I was home.
Whoa, look at all these books. Somebody liked to read.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Maybe that's what that noise was in the garage. I'm hoping that's the cat still here.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure this isn't classed as a horror game, but it's definitely eerie.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Oh, I've just noticed on the lid. That's like Bigfoot. I hope he's not out in these woods.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Missing from Orcas Island, 23rd of October 2003. Age at disappearance 11.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Whoa, look at that door.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Is that like bolted shut? I wonder why they would do that to that room. Really weird.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Yeah, well, I don't want to go down the basement anyway, but I'm guessing at some point that's where we're gonna go. And I bet you it's at night time as well.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Oh, okay.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Ah. Chapter 1.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Wow.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Molly Finch.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. My Halloween candy was all gone.
The gerbil food.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh my god. That's got poop in it. I thought about it.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh no. I mean, it's only the one night you've missed dinner. Surely that's not enough to eat your pet fish.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
See, this is why you should never send children to bed without the dinner first.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
What
I
the
was
hell?
a cat.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. Where do I go now? Oh, okay.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Hello, little birdie.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Aww. I kind of don't want to catch it. Feel a bit sad on the
I
bird.
gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Okay, where am I going here? Oh, okay. I'm supposed to dive down on a rabbit. Oh, I got one.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Man, this game is weird at the minute.
A mama rabbit.
Oh, not the mama rabbit. Oh.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What the hell is going on? This is the strangest game I've ever played. I'm gonna have weird dreams tonight after playing this.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Oh, is that a seal?
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Where's it gone?
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
What is this game?
I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What is that? Am I an octopus or something?
Now I was a monster and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
God.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Oh my god. This is so weird. I don't think I've ever played a game like this. We're only like, what, 20 minutes in?
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
This has got to be the kid's imagination, right? This can't actually be.
I got closer and closer.
Oh, we're back at the room.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
That kid's got issues.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
I mean, that's gotta have been Molly's dream, right? She went to bed hungry and then that's what she dreamt.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Built 1937. Sven Finch.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
And that's the dragon's head we saw in the pond. Is that a picture of him dying, basically, falling to his death? Imagine that, getting a picture of the actual moment. And then framing it.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. My God, he's got his house on a boat. That's crazy.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch House. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
So far, this game is very depressing.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Mole man. Oh, look at that.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Okay, that's a interesting choice of bathroom floor. Is that a bottle of wine?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
This house, man, it's just full of like secret hiding places. This is a cool bedroom.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
I actually don't want to go through here just yet because I need to check up here. There's so many secret doors in this house.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Kelvin, 1950 to 1961. So he died when he was 11 years old.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Gehen ans Freie
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Whoa.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
This is too high.
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
I'm not liking where this is going.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Jesus.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
I mean, whoa!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I think we all did that as kids. I remember doing that on the swings when I was a child. I would never get that high though.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
United States Marine Corps, Sam Finch.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Whoa. Bigfoot. Okay, so... No, we'll carry on down here.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
These rooms are so cool that I just feel like there's so much to try and take in and look at.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Happy birthday, Barbara.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
This is set up to get her to scream. It better be. The music man. Oh. Stuck there.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh, brilliant. That's just what I want to hear. Oh, no. Come at me!
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh.
Oh.
Rick?
Barb,
That's what
relax.
you get for jumping out
I was
on
just
me.
trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh, shit. You jump.
Walter, are you there?
Better not jump out at me.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Shit.
And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
God, now I'm on
Okay,
the run.
Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Come on. Oh, there we go.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
So this is Molly's room.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Yes.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
What do I do? Do I go down to him? Well, I've got a feeling he's not going to be on the floor when I get down here now. I just know it. I knew it.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Okay.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
So we've done that room. That's
It's
Molly's
funny.
room?
All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Let's check down here. Sven and Edie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
So we've been inside that room. Who's this? Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Yeah, that's normal. Not.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, back down we go.
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
Let's find out. There it is.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Hmm.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Another secret entrance.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
This looks like an apocalypse shelter.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Water.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Where's this gonna lead?
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Don't tell me after all that he gets hit by a train on the way out.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Oh, that's fucked up. I'm gonna finish it there, guys. Super interesting storyline. It's difficult to keep up with the different characters because obviously it's different generations. But I think the story, the more it reveals itself, it will make more sense, I'm hoping. Because at the minute I don't have a clue what the fuck is going on. But I like the way it's telling the story. I like how you open these books, these diaries, and you dive into that person's story. That's pretty cool. So we'll end it there. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.